We give praises and thanks to Allah, and we send peace and blessings upon our beloved Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We will bring this program to Una, na Digital Islam, and me now our host for today, Abdul Rab Hussein Hassan Kamara.
And me now our co-host Rakia Tujalon. And this na the month of Ramadan. I hope say the month they go smoothly. We say now all the party counting. We get some people that they can't.
So interestingly, you know, in natural folly, everybody feel fast. Nobody know they na this dunya we know they feel this fast, yeah. But you know, just as the topic where we get today, the sweetness of Eeman. When somebody they in fast, you know, you forget say, you know, the fast get thirsty.
Hence now for the sake of Allah, get different feeling where they give you.
The feeling where you they get,
yes.
You know, you feel like you're very close to your Lord. You know, they be bothered much about
sometimes you even forget saying a fast to the fast because of how you involve in
dhikr, in
remembrance
charity.
of Allah, charity.
Yeah. And that reminds me, we want for say tenki, boku tenki. So all the people that way they support, we charity projects them. Not only Digital Islam, but a lot of other Islamic organizations them out there, like the Dagba Charity Foundation, like the Direct Aid, like the Al Huda, like the Ummah Welfare. There are lots of Islamic organizations out there where they implement charity during this month of Ramadan. And we all know the constraint within the country right now. Imagine that mommy where one of the mommy there where we go implement to person where they sleep inside classroom.
Imagine.
We say, you know, na coffee they drink in the morning and then coffee na net.
Na gari, in fact, they cut
fast with. Then we go meet another person where, you know, we get bunch of picking them, go meet another, you know, the situations are all over the place. It's very difficult for people right now. Yeah. So for we get organizations that when they come to the aid of them people there, it's really, really a blessing.
Yeah, and Fambul don't not forget say we charity Ramadan feeding project still they
it's
go
still on. Yeah.
We target this year na 5,000 people, 2,000 people, inshallah. Our logo beyond.
Inshallah. In the nearest future we go up, inshallah.
So not forget, if you want for donate, go na any of the social media platforms, them you go able reach we, inshallah.
Inshallah ta'ala. So today, Rakiatu, I am filled with so much joy and happiness.
Especially for the guests that will get
for
today.
The guests that we get today.
You know, we get such people of caliber, you they hope for learn a lot.
A lot, yeah.
The impact.
And with viewers and listeners out there, if today on the show, na not say we they talk too much, just Leona no say we they also for listen today.
Yeah.
Today na listen we get.
Yes.
Really. And we want to make una know say this topic for this particular episode now the sweetness of Eeman during and outside Ramadan. Allahu Akbar. You know, a lot of person go a lot of people out there go on for ask sweetness they per Eeman.
Imagine they go on for ask. Yeah, they go on for ask.
A lot of people want to know.
But we can't know. We can't know being waiting at the sweetness of
Eeman. Whose kind of sweetness will you inside Eeman?
Yes.
Kind joy we person
the honey we get the sugar.
So, viewers or listeners, we want for introduce to Una, we esteem guests there where we get now the studio today. And we also want for start by extending the most respectable greetings to Una, all the most popular greeting, the greetings of the Jannatis. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we get a very noble, humble scholar. Where a lot of people can say, na the man of the people in an official Islamic manner. Of course, he is a doctor, an Islamic doctor, and na man way eloquent and fluent both in the Arabic and in the English. And most of the time, if you listen to doctor in lectures, them if you be there by a certain bad, you they really left that bad, they very they pass if you stubborn. So doctor na person way over the years, it don't they do tremendously well when it comes to the Muslim community, shaping young people and life them. Now one person way readily available for attend young Islamic organization events them and also try for making be a contributing factor towards the development of Islam na salon. Doctor attend Ahmadiyya. You know that?
No.
Doctor attend Ahmadiyya and then doctor work na Bank of Sierra Leone. Yes.
Mashallah.
Before he go IPAM. So imagine doctor go IPAM, but now 2 weeks he spend at IPAM. He did IPAM, and all of a sudden, Alhamdulillah, Allah bless him with the opportunity for go study in Saudi.
Allah
Saudi now he go study where he come now, where he can begin deliver so much for we all. And it don't be guidance for a lot of we.
Now blessing
I can
for the
recall,
ummah.
you know, so Yusuf be the part of slumsis.
Yeah.
I can recall we will be the slumsis. Doctor Nadiwa will tell you, say, hey, I don't want mixing here.
Yeah.
The male and the female, you guys should separate. Una for
And
begin make una meeting
ensure
separately.
say then they happen.
Then they happen.
Yeah.
Doctor be give you the opportunity for we also they do radio program, na Voice of Islam, and a lot of other opportunities them. A guide we throughout with Johnny in school days. They Allah give him the reward for that day.
Amen.
Doctor currently in the program manager na Voice of Islam, and also the education secretary na the school within na Voice of Islam, and as well as also doctor na the director for Mama Wuri. So Mama Wuri school.
No.
There, if you dey out there, you dey live na the western area, make sure so you can attend Mama Wuri school, especially if you're a Muslim.
Yes.
And also doctor na the project manager for the Al Huda Foundation. On the show today, we're happy for introduce to Una, we humble, noble scholar, Dr. Ramadan Jallo. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to everybody.
Alaikum salam wa
Waalaikumsalam wa
rahmatullahi wa
barakatuh. And we get another esteemed guest, very impactful one at that. He don't support digital Islam for a very long time. Now a woman where they ensure say anything so far where they push Islam go before they put in hand
They involve in them.
they involve in them. I don't meet up on one program once where they deliver a speech, and I was so inspired by her. Imagine with all the achievements the way he don't get, he's still humble, down to
noble,
earth. You can talk to him at any time.
Yeah.
You can you know you they look at them and you they become inspired, because you they see say a lot of women then they out there where they get knowledge, they're really difficult for deal with.
Yeah.
They become
Yeah.
very proud,
Yeah.
they, but she's down to earth with all the achievements. Them if you look at you they really surprised. Say really if
So I have
if-
friends where they commerce, and many of them they can always say Aja na the type of person na the inspiration and the role model,
sure
especially on campus.
Sure.
And always say Aja get a smiling face where he can get, so the one day where they put on hijab, where they lecture.
nah.
So imagine.
Because you get the experience
Yes.
and hijabi.
No.
So this wonderful woman, na Hajja Professor Aissata Wuri. Hussein, first the way that they talk about hijabis them, then you can say hijabis them are dormant people, not
Yes.
so.
Yes.
Now people the way not they contribute to society, now novice them, they're not intelligent, But I can so become inspired while they see women with hijab, they achieve such in a na the country. So we are very proud of her. She is actually PhD in Faculty of Lab Science and Diagnostic
Allah.
in Commerce, and also the MD of Ramsey Medical Laboratory.
Wow.
I go stop here for now. She is actually an inspiration, and we are proud of her, and we are very happy to have you here today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hajja Professor Aissata Wuri.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Rakiatu, before we delve right into the topic, the sweetness of Eeman, with viewers and listeners out there, it will surprise you for make you know, say, this particular topic we they deal with today, a topic where Dr. Ramadan highly equipped with. Because this na topic we na in doctor doing in thesis on. Imagine. So
Na MBA specialized pa.
na specialized pa. I didn't even know that except today. Yeah. So imagine where we meet in our office, we really select the right people
Of
for
course,
can discuss
na
about
in
this
field.
topic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the sweetness of Eeman, it's something where we can learn a lot from.
Nah.
So directly.
So we dey jump now
jump
directly
right
because we
into-
no one miss a minute
At all,
of this
at all,
particular
at all not,
program.
at all not.
So inshallah we dey start with Dr. Ramadan. We're in field bembe. I know say we dey hold the mic just now for elaborate.
So, Doctor. Yes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell the Prophet sallam tell he say the believers are those way Allah has written Eeman in their heart. Yeah. So we go on for know, how do one realize the taste of Eeman itself?
Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man walahu wa ba'd. First of all, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We create we and guide we towards this wonderful deen and this sweet deen we can call Islam. And a pleasure for day with me, brother and my sister, we young folks, and we do a lot for Islam today in the country. As one rightly say, we remember the days we all been the slumsies, we have been school boys and school girls, and today we don't be great people them where they serve Islam and this country under this digital Islam. Happy for the Utuna, and also happy for the by the side of me, sister, me, mommy, we wonderful Hajjah. Don't hear so much about her till we don't meet on one or two occasions, but today will be a wonderful day for myself also, for I will learn a lot from I believe say the gathering a sweet gathering. As they can talk about the sweetness of this wonderful gem Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant we when that of the Eeman. Somebody go say, normally whenever we talk about sweet, na food you think about, or something you drink that you think about. That's not the beauty of this deen, that sometimes you see the deen itself, it make use of terminologies them where the soul, where the mortal man lack, words and where we lack, Now from there you get this sweetness here, so we come. And this sweetness, not just come by that. It come from a word with the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nine to come. We tell you say salasum man kunna fi wajada bihinna halawatal iman. It mentions three things, and anybody will find himself doing those three things, he will get the sweetness of Iman. Another side, he say dhaka ta'mal iman. He say you go taste the taste of Iman if you fulfill certain things. Them we don't go into all of that. We just want to talk about the word sweetness. Where's it coming from? How this deen manage to make use of such kind of words, and what is the hikmah? What is the wisdom behind this? The wisdom behind it is clear that we human beings, Almighty Allah will create we, what we lack. So one of the things that everybody lack is something sweet.
Yes.
Sweetness, Almaleka. This sweetness, it can come from mean something where you go taste in the mouth sweet, like a food where you go eat, where you go say this food is delicious, or maybe say sweet, or drink where you go drink, you say this is sweet, It can also come from mean something where you see, you appreciate, you enjoy. You view something, what a sweet view, what a fine something, something where you collect, where you surprised at, you see how sweet it be. It still follow the same meaning, It can come from mean sometimes when you grant somebody something, that I grant this person something sweet, So the sweetness itself, it rotate around the meaning, then there's something delicious, something tasteful, And we see how that now one word number. Sometimes again the Sharia make use of words and way we lack. I can always tell me brothers and sisters that this deen, if you want entertainment, it's inside. If you want entertainment, it's inside. Look who Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam talk about music in the Quran. Say laysa minna man lam yataghanna bil Quran. Not a part of you that no music the Quran. He make use of the word deliberately. Music in the Quran. Because these are words same way the mortal man is soul elect. Look at the Quran talking about the beautification of Iman. Where Almighty Allah say, وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ حَبَّبَ إِلَيْكُمُ الْإِيمَانَ وَزَيَّنَهُ فِي قُلُوبِكُمْ. Say Almighty Allah, He make the Iman insert on our heart, He make una lekam, they beautify them inside our heart. The Prophet sallallahu one do away, they make it say, Allahumma zayyinna bi zinatil iman. Oh Allah, beautify me with the beauty of Iman. Once upon a time, the Prophet sallallahu Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, they read the Quran. He listen to the melodious voice where they apply upon the Quran, where they sing the Quran. Now he tell and say, the next day when they meet up, now he tell and say, Abu Musa. He say, oh you Abu Musa. He say, lagad utita mizmara mi mazamiri ali Dawood. He say, Allah don't grant you the flute we bring it to Dawood alayhi salam. Using the word flute when a musical
Yes.
instrument.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, they mentioned that Dawood alayhi salam, whenever they read the book, the Zabur, they say the hills, they all been the dance to the tune. The birds, then they enjoy the tune. You know, the valleys, they come, they can celebrate with them. You know, this is the kind of environment Islam is.
MashaAllah.
This is the kind of beauty where Islam get. Now, from there now, then borrow this word and tell you about the sweetness of
Iman. Allah.
So if you want to know what is the sweetness of Iman, of course, we'll do this the sweetness, but what is the Iman? Iman itself, we scholars and define and say, na the words same where we say, the beliefs say what they register in our heart, and the actions say what we do with our body, words of worship, beliefs of worships, and then actions of worship.
Okay.
This is the Iman.
MashaAllah.
Then we find us Iman divide into then 3 parts in our body. You know, we tongue, it talk Iman. You know, when you read the Quran, na Iman. This engagement here na Iman. Subhanallah na Iman. You know, Alhamdulillah na Iman. Any word where you go utter where they please Allah na Iman. Similarly, so the heart, the love for Allah, the fairness of Allah, the reliance upon Allah, and then so on and so forth. In fact, the worships of the heart, they're all so plenty. They all na Iman. Then they come to the body itself, the worship of the body, the salat, the jihad, I mean the movement when they move towards prayer. All of them one day are all na Iman. They're all na Iman. So if we don't know what in na Iman, take the sweetness now other inside.
MashaAllah.
So the sweetness here is the sweetness of Iman simply mean that pleasure and that taste where you they get whenever you they worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. During the time of worship, that's it. Because the worship itself, in a general term, it incorporates everything where Allah like.
Yes.
Anything where Allah like, whether it's hidden or whether exposed, all of na Iman. So at any time you engage in any one of them, any worship, that taste where you they get inside it. That pleasure where you get inside during the time where you do them and after we don't do them. That pleasure now you call the sweetness of Iman.
MashaAllah.
So the big question here is how forget that sweetness there?
We can to that shortly.
Now you challenge it.
I'll forget them.
I tell you, say
them.
this time you don't get for enough. You don't get for enough.
How I go worship Allah? I enjoy worshiping Allah.
No,
I enjoy it.
No.
You know, it's sweet for me more than even the food where I eat. How?
Yeah.
And what's the impact we get in my life? That exactly we try for study. If we talk about my thesis in Halawatul Iman, that to study upon that particular book day, we try for look at the sweetness itself, the causes of them, then the effect of the sweetness of the human being and the Muslim in life.
Okay.
Yes.
So we they move on to Hajjah. Shortly we they come back
Doctor,
to
we'll come to you, especially on the aspects that the doctor talk about.
The impact.
Yes, the impact of and all.
So basically, as we say in a nutshell, now the joy we they get.
Where you get here.
We they recite Quran. We they get the urge for do zikr, for pray. We then call prayer. You know that kind of person they rush for pray. You know they feel at ease for worship Allah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala restore for we Eeman. Hajjah, we want to know how the experience of practicing the deen different during this Ramadan and outside of Ramadan.
If you can also, I feel like Hajjah dealt on a personal point of view also, especially on how you can feel where you they do good deed.
You know, the learned Alhaji here don't make a difficulty. Well, I continue for listening to her rather than for talk. In the Quran, we don't see that Iman is the centerpiece. It encompasses the Islam itself. He active himself for divorce Iman from Islam. And Iman, the satisfaction and peace where it give you, where we don't talk about sweetness. I mean, sweetness in a way for me is like the innermost satisfaction. That nothing no mean much if you know pray. if you nothing know mean much, if you know go through the pillars of the Iman, that is believe in your strength of faith that you get, that God bless you with. You also believe in the messengers the way He sent. You also believe in all the revelation, the verses, all the supplications that they show us for every instant, for every part of our life, that we depend on waiting Allah destined for we. The decree from Allah, the divine decree is part of the Iman, part of the pillars of the Iman. We also look at Akira. How do we walk towards it? So that inner peace, when you know, so when you do good, you know, but you're not perfect. But when you're ready for the rise, when they call the azan, how it makes you feel. If you miss prayer, what do it make you feel like? If you do bad, what do it make you feel? The learned doctor don't talk just now. In terms of holding our Iman, we get for look at we eyes, we tongue, we yes. What would they hear? How would they talk?
Part of
how will they talk? It's
How
a way of
socialize.
life. It's living. It's encompassed and embodied in us. So for me, the faith that I have in my own personal question for answer it is that in every step of my life has been with faith, and that investment in my faith has not only been born a Muslim, but myself having my own Iman, my own faith. The depth of it, the strength that I always ask Allah for. Because as we know, your Iman, it has to be strengthened at all point in time. There's so many Quran verses that gives to us to strengthen it. So many action that He gives to us for strengthening it. When we talk about Islam by itself, after the 5 pillars, but each stage of the 5 pillars requires your Iman, your in-depth belief. You start with the Shahada. That is a big belief and in-depth.
Firm belief.
That is the in-depth. That's the core of us. And then you move now to your zakah. You're not doing it for people. You're doing it for your inner peace. So it is not about what you do out there. It's about how you do it. So then it's important. When you ask me questions, say, what does the Iman do before Ramadan and outside Ramadan? Ramadan, we're looking into it because of the enormous blessing with the inside Ramadan. But however, your Iman should continue throughout. Only that, me feel say for me, Ramadan, it is strengthened me Iman as well. It awaken me Iman. It make the belief go deeper, because I spent most of my days when you're fasting, you try for zikr most of the time. Your tongue is rolled with prayers at all the time. You are supplicating all the time for every instant where you thought one stray, because you're fasting. You're obligated. Not only obligated, not by rule or anything, but by your inner self, your conscience, what it gives to you. And then the last one is when you go to Hajj, even to prepare to go to Hajj, even when you're in Hajj, your Iman is a key component of your core. So the question where you say before and after Ramadan, I think Ramadan is to solidify my Iman, to strengthen it, to ask God for forgiveness, to make sure it brings me closer to Him, for let me understand what I am and how I'm moving.
So as in Ramadan, they bring come an increase of
just like what you say no more, because of the continuous engagement in good deeds inside Ramadan, continuous zikr, continuous prayer and all, then they make increase more, but that not for make
and Aja touched one side about the guilt where somebody they feel inner, like that inner peace and inner guilt,
and na Iman they cause that.
There are days where sometimes you go reach home where unfortunately you don't late in the street, you know, if you pray Isha to time. If you're not person we get Iman, you want go lay down,
you not able sleep.
The sleep not even cancel.
No? You're confused.
Except you wait.
Imagine the peace where they get. I can always consider that whenever Isha reach, for as long as you not pray, you know they get peace of mind. And once you don't complete your 5 daily prayers, you they get a constant joy.
You like, get peace inside your heart. You
fulfilled your duty for the day. Yes. So we'll come back to Doctor shortly. Waiting at the signs of Iman. Waiting they show say this person here get Iman.
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to go quickly to what in me powerful sister Bini said just now. He mentioned things that we directly go towards the topic of sweetness of Iman. He mentioned the strength of Iman. The strength of Iman in the core area and the core aspect, and we go make you get the sweetness of Iman. The Iman has to be strong.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you ask about the sign, this is not one of them. The real indicating factor where for make lay you reach that level there, because this is not a level.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody they taste them. Not everybody they get them. You have to reach that height, that level. And that make when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam tell we about them, because we sister actually make mention of that. It make mention of how you feel when you do good things. It make mention how you feel also when you do bad things. So the sweetness of Iman is rotate between the three things our sister mentioned. The power of the Iman, and when the Iman become powerful, you approach towards the good deeds and to the worships and the things that Allah want, you approach it different. Then you approach towards avoiding the things that Allah no want, it's different. And that make the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is summarize them all in one hadith. Where he says, "Thalathu man kunna fi wajada bihinna halawat al-iman." Three things, and anybody who find himself at that level there, you go forget the sweetness of Iman. The first one, an yakuna Allahu wa rasuluhu ahabba ilayhi mimma siwahuma. Let Allah, a messenger, let it be to say you like them more than any other thing else. But here is the power. You know, you say for let you like Allah, a messenger only. You say them for be use the superlative degree. It will be the most loved something that you heart. That is, this is the highest degree. The highest degree now they talk about here. You know, for let you reach the level. So here you see, you not mention the other components. You mention the core. You love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam simply mean to say you approach towards all the things that we Allah want. If I carry that level there. If I want to forget the sweetness of the salah, may power of Iman inside the salah, if they are within this formula, that Allah can pass everything. So therefore the salah Allah can pass everything. Fasting Allah can pass everything. Why? Because these are things that Allah command.
Yeah.
You understand? So this is the area of the strength and the power. Equally so, the one lady strength and this power day for avoid the things that Allah no want. And that make the other part, the Prophet some talk say, an yakraha an yauda ila al-kufri kama yakraha an yukdhafa fi an-nar. He said the human being for hates for return to the kufr. Kufr na any form of disbelief. You know, kufr na any form of disobedient. Anything where Allah no want, we do you they commit an act of kufr. You understand the mean to say you can be a kafir. Okay, there is a difference between being a kafir and committing an act of kufr. Clear? So your hatredness where you forget for this particular act of kufr, if for fiba that hatredness we get for enter inside fire.
Yeah.
Now look at the degree of hatredness. Anybody go there, we go look for near fire.
No.
You know, this is not talk about just fire. You know, fire the lighter also. Then go sell and go ask you for enter inside, you agree. It's definitely no go one. So that degree of hatredness there, a high level degree of hatredness. That degree of love and approach towards the worship, the highest degree. This is the strength of the Iman. So until you fulfill this, that indeed you will reach this level of tasting the Iman.
Allah Akbar.
Clear?
Yeah, clear, sir.
So, no.
Yes.
No,
So,
go ahead.
Aja, how from a point of view, how you can feel like you don't taste an Iman, how you can feel like your Iman don't they increase, and how you can feel like, you know, I feel so much peace today and I don't know whose side this feeling come from.
That's a tough question. I mean, the fact that for me, are satisfied with most of what I
Can do.
there's inner satisfaction and peace. As young woman don't say just now, after asking prayer, you pray, you witri, shafi witri done. It's like, that's it. I'm happy, right? That's I fulfill my obligation, no matter how what happened. Then I can sleep well. To say, you know, I don't know. It's just that there is a peace that I cannot define.
Sure.
An inner peace that I cannot define.
No.
Nothing no really matter. Anything will be good, mashallah. Bad, mashallah. You get to that point where you take responsibility for wrongdoing and try for correct them.
No.
But at the same time, if it happen, then you turn your iman. They say, Alhamdulillah, maybe in a part of the decree. But the satisfaction is that you left on a good hand. So most of the things I do, or they ask me colleagues and for do, if for try, forget that much iman to believe in it. But to be able to get to that level, you also have to have the conscience that what I have done or what I am doing
Is the right thing.
it's the right thing. It might not be the right thing for at that point in time. It might be wrong. But as long as you're satisfied that you're not doing it to hurt anybody, you self not the ambog nobody, or you know the ambog anybody, or you self you know the ambog you. And your motive and your conscience is clear, because at every point of the time, I think so for every salah we will with him up. We know so in front of we Allah day. At the back of we know say something else. We get with two guardian now with shoulders. So for every point in time, it's having that circle. I feel that I'm always in a circle. That in front of me there's somebody watching, at the back there's somebody watching, the two sides there's somebody watching.
We done you even afraid for do any bad.
So
That
when
you
Somebody
get
get
the
that,
iman.
that concept, the
Yeah.
insight in
So-
heart.
So that's the concept I try hard to do. So it'd be very difficult to do something bad consciously.
Yeah.
No.
Not that it would not happen unconsciously, but it'd be
Yeah.
very bad to do
Yeah.
consciously.
Yeah.
So,
It
but
would
it
be
takes
difficult.
time, it takes age,
Yeah.
it takes knowing that my iman at every point in time, as much as I want to strengthen it all the time, I might not be able to, but to strengthen it is like, for instance, today, the most one I don't get, not learning from from Dr. Ramadan here, because improving your knowledge is
Yeah.
part of iman.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Improving the number of prayers is part of iman. Doing good consciously,
Yeah.
not to please, but doing good because it is needed. It's not what you want, but what is needed.
Yeah.
For me, that is iman.
Mashallah.
For example,
Okay.
like somebody can get wealth. You know one for make it done at all. You know one for make it reduce.
Yeah.
But because Allah don't command this policy also for make it give in charity, definitely, just like Aja they say, you get for take the and pull. Now something you know how for do. Nobody know how for reduce.
Yeah.
From the money where you get today, if you get 1 million today, you know how for let go down. Yeah, because you go be like, you're not a millionaire anymore.
No.
But
No.
if for the sake of Allah, you pull there and then you support other people there,
No.
then definitely you don't do them for the sake of Allah.
And just as he said, the iman need continuous improvement. Like it's just like where the mortal man need food for let it grow, for let it survive. Now so the iman need food as well. Waiting at them food there.
Well,
now the
it
ways
was
of Allah.
it was 4 years ago where Doctor gave a lecture. It was I think at Prince of Wales School,
Okay.
and I be the part of that lecture day. And Doctor say the iman. Of course, Doctor they also today. These are from in words them on
Yeah.
that lecture. Doctor say the iman it's all like food. He say the worship they do. He say na the food for the soul.
Yeah.
Just like how we get banana, cucumber, rice when
Yes.
we eat, and then
For
for strength
sustain
we
the
say
body.
for sustain the body.
Yeah.
The worship the way we they do.
Na
Na the food back for the soul. Now then the soul they eat.
Now they maintain the iman.
And of course, if you're out there, you're looking for a platform for you able for do charity during this month of Ramadan, you can contact we Digital Islam, and we go ensure say the people them benefit from whatever thing or whatever money where you donate, and you can also assist with the food items them, and we ambassadors are out there for go implement now every needy person in doorstep. And of course, Digital Islam as well, they bring for you we only Islamic magazine at the country where inshallah they go West Africa this time around, and alhamdulillah we don't get almost we complete contents we dey wait for after the month of Ramadan. We inshallah delve directly into that for ensure say we published we next edition of we magazine. You go look for see personalities them way they Gambia, personalities the way they Ghana, way they Nigeria, way they Liberia, where they do extremely well when it comes to Islam. And this particular edition, we dey ensure say we focus on philanthropists them. So if you're listening to us, this is the show coming to you by Digital Islam,
And the topic of the day now the sweetness of Eeman during and outside Ramadan.
Yes.
We don't discuss about waiting at Eeman, some of the signs of Eeman. And don't forget, we get 2 guests them now we missed. Dr. Ramadan Jallo and Haja Professor Aissata Wuri. We can help we discuss this particular
So
topic.
Doctor, what are some of like the practical ways where somebody go able for maintain Eeman?
My brother, when I'm going to talk something just now, very important. We directly connected to the topic. And also, we had Giant said talk something. We directly connected to the topic. It talks something we find. It say this witness of Eeman, you able to describe them. Maybe I go bring out some way some people will be in a taster and fit for describe and that's unable.
Allah.
Indeed, not a something way sense it will explain. Because not a something you can touch. Rather is something where you can feel. And when you feel them, it change you.
Allah.
Yes, it change you entire inner self and outer self, because human being is made up of inside and outside. However, the inside and the control panel for outside. You see? So talking about the ingredients we see Akiatumine talk about just now, where they feed the soul, where they empower the soul. Then they then go connect with and I want to talk about the sweetness of Eeman inside the month of Ramadan. Because this sweetness here, all of the worships them it inside. But that's exactly we try for studying that what this is. We choose plenty worships them. Each one will talk about the sweetness, how you drive them from that particular one. Supporting all of that with evidences from Quran and Sunnah. Talking about Ramadan, and also talk about charity. And since and so many people in deep on charity, necessarily don't throw light upon how you get sweetness of Eeman by doing charity. What are the mechanism where they make you get them? But let's come to the fasting first. Imagine, say, where you fast, you avoid the 3 most powerful things they bring sweetness in the body. Your food, your drink, and your wife. These are the 3 main sources of pleasure. Where you left them. What are you left them for?
Allah.
You left them for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Where you left them for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Almighty Allah, the Ramadan, they provide for you so much of worship them. The ingredients and the nutrients of the worship them within inside Ramadan is so powerful that it feed the soul with heavy power.
Allah.
That heavy power they na in the make the human being they feel they fast, like how when they talk earlier. Instead, not only they feel they fast, but it change into some kind of a sweetness where you get. Evidence there for that one day. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was a time when during the month of Ramadan, towards the end of the month of Ramadan, he fast continuously, not breaking the fast. Then the Sahaba they ask him, Ya Rasulallah, innaka tuwasil. He said, but you fast continuously, we say one fala makata you. Now he tell and say, none fala makata me. He said, let's tuka hayatikum, mina fi bauna. He said, ana abitu inda rabbi yut'imuni wa yaskini. He said, me had to spend me night to Allah, not on the break when I fast. Me had to spend me night to Allah, they give me food for eat and drink for drink. Scholars then, they do everything for describe this food and this drink. Yeah. What does the Prophet mean by Allah, they feed me, and they give me drink for drink? We make another fast. Some scholars will say maybe in a hidden world, Allah they feed them. Allah they give drink for drink.
They get real food.
They get real food. Others will say no. If we get real food, it means he's not fasting.
Yeah.
How we go say they fast? If it's not real food.
Where you take physical.
Where you take physical food.
Yeah.
But the discussions then plenty, but for cut and short, one scholar said no. Is it a food day, a spiritual food, where they come on account of the power of the connection we don't happen between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That power of connection it bring come a high percentage of happiness inside. That pleasure, the way they get them, then they empower the soul, they make the body not the feel for any food, any drink anymore. It is so sufficient for the human body that you don't need this food anymore. I give a practical example. A practical example is if somebody happy. That moment too, you find yourself in that kind of joy we've been waiting for.
Yes.
Plenty young man, the way they married, for example. I know they eat.
The cracker to here.
No, also down there no more. If you ask and say, I know they eat, you go say, I waiting. I bet full.
Yes.
Who's Campbell fully?
We know it's for money.
You dey hope for scholarship all your life.
All your life, you can't get them.
Them cow food, you know they eat.
You know they eat them. Why you know they eat them? Why?
You're filled with joy.
You're filled with joy.
Allah
And that joy, na food. And when it enter the soul, then they supply the body with energy.
Allah.
So now that make the Prophet and they mention several other companions them, when they see them in a fast for 7 days continuously, not breaking the fast, then they all stone and broke up with the handsome on the 7th day.
Allah.
Yes. They mention Apostle like Abdullah ibn Zubair and others that they do this. So this is how you derive sweetness from fasting. In another area, it comes by authentic hadith also, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praise you for the abstain from this food and drink. He says, Yada ata'amahu wa sharaba wa shahwata min ajli. So look at me slave, they avoiding food, avoiding drink, avoiding woman for my sake. So when you avoid this pleasure for Allah's sake, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they replace the same pleasure in a bigger form for you. Be clear?
Yeah.
They make it get sweetness. Other hadiths, the way talk, it make it more clear. Where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam talks, say, "Lisa'imi farhatan." He say the person with the fast, he get too glad with the meetam. That's why it make it very clear. He say get too happiness with the meetam, too pleasure with the meetam. Farhatun in the fitri or farhatun in the liqa'i rabbi. They tell you they break the fast and they tell you they meet with Allah. Some people then discuss why make the person happy is really break the fast. Is it because they see the food in front of her? The answer is no. This food was there during the daytime. If you want, if you hide it, you eat it. If you want, you hide, you drink it. So not the food. This happiness you get them because you have accomplished obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the day. The Almighty Allah command you, we say, وَكُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ لَكُمُ الْخَيْطُ الْأَبْيَضُ مِنَ الْخَيْطِ الْأَسْوَدِ مِنَ الْفَجْرِ. Allah tell you, say, eat and drink until the day clear from the night. So the day will be stopped for it during the morning. Now Allah will command you. Now back now, they can command you so now they eat. ثُمَّ أَتِمُّ الصِّيَامَ إِلَى اللَّيْلِ. Now accomplish the fast during the night. And the Prophet talk say, إِذَا أَقْبَلَ اللَّيْلُ مِنْ هَاهُنَا وَأَدْبَرَ النَّهَارُ مِنْ هَاهُنَا وَغَرَبَتِ الشَّمْسُ after a sign. If the night don't go, the day don't go, the night don't come, the sun don't set, break the fast. So when you can break the fast, this is a command. When you been stopped for it, that was a command. In between commandment of Allah and commandment of Allah, this particular period is a period of obeying Allah. Allah, they reward you now with sweetness. That make an advice, myself advise anybody, that moment when they break the fast, try for search out for the sweetness. You definitely feel them. Yes, it is something in there. So spend that moment there, not focus yourself too much on the food, spend that moment there for make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Inshallah.
Inshallah ta'ala. Thank you so much, Dr. Fadandi. May Allah make you benefit from Nandi.
Amen.
And Rakiatu, before you, Aja Ogwale, you delved small also from Rakiatu in question, but also as somebody we don't be in the medical field for a very long time now. What are some of the signs of Eeman where you see around it? Around your field?
As Eeman is so difficult for define for person because all taken from a different angle. As Sheikh don't talk, just not say, even the Saiba not able to define them clearly. However, one of the key Eeman where you get during fasting, as we always say, fasting is almost like in scientific world, it's like draining the body of unwanted. Right? During that time that you're fasting, of course you dey waka, you dey eat, you dey see, you dey talk. So therefore the mechanism still they go on. So which the mechanism they work on? So that time, it spends its time cleaning, because there's so many times we put toxic thing in our belly, boku sugar, boku fatty drink, and all of that. But during that day, that 12 to 14 or 16-hour fast, all day fast, it drains a lot of it, because it gets utilized, it gets burnt, and also some of the product that was stored in get used. So fasting, again, good for the body biologically, good for the body not only physically but mentally as well.
Okay.
You're clearing. It's like a clearing house. It's like cleaning up your house. So for me, Ramadan time is a time for cleaning. And let us not forget it, even during the fasting, the level of commitment and the consistency in prayer is so increased during Ramadan that your iman, it's the only thing that takes you through it. The joy of knowing that I'm still fasting, but I have to do my daily prayer, my 5 daily prayer. You have to go for Tarawih. All that is part of your iman. And you do it with pleasure. And the good thing, as Alaji just said just now, there is some element of joy that makes you go in after you don't fast, go stand up again to pray for so long without feeling with joy as you listen to your imam.
No.
As you're praying, the satisfaction, the lift that it gives to you after eating. You might not even eat much, but
So even that is a taste.
so that the taste that you get, that satisfaction that I've done it, I've achieved it, but at the same time, I'm even feeling healthier, good, well.
Yeah.
So these are some of the going towards getting better, activating your iman. Also, as we spend the whole time praying to Allah, zikr, supplication, reading the Quran, we're also reviving and we're also ensuring that mentally we're there alert. It also kickstarts the mental capacity. And what will happen again, the joy of doing it, you continue reading, you continue wanting to read. And now there's so many platforms that encourages you to read. So many platforms that tracks your reading per day. And it tells you, and the joy of you that is tracking you to see that you're improving and increasing and setting target for yourself. That is the iman, I think, we're looking for. We might not get it. It's not the same for everybody, but it's like almost the same time that when you go Hajj. The first day you set your eyes on the Kaaba, it's simplicity, it's humility. The feeling that I wash you, you don't even know where it comes from.
Yeah.
You do not even know where. To this day, that's the most mesmerizing feeling.
MashaAllah.
The next feeling you get, the next time you get such feeling is the day you see a baby in front of you. I think that is the only physical description maybe that can near it, that you see it.
Yeah.
That you witness and you see what Allah has done for you.
Joy.
No.
That joy.
The joy, the happiness.
It is not a joy to say, I've won something,
Yeah.
I don't get money, I don't build it. It's some inner peace that you get that makes you not worry about anything, that makes you want to pray even more, that makes you want to exalt Allah even more. All the time you want to be able, your tongue is coated with Allah, words of praises for Allah, because you realize all of a sudden that you're not here by yourself.
Yeah, okay. So, Hussein, you mentioned something very also very important. I remember we get one of our guests here, Dr. Kaloko as well. We mentioned. He say this Ramadan, he say na Allah dey in total control of the human body. He say na make it difficult for you fast for please mortal man, because if you say they do one for mortal man, you know they able. Now the iman na they keep you going. There must be a connection between you and Allah before you're able to continue the fasting.
You know, like there are a lot of young people nowadays where they be committed into the deen. I get like few sisters even within my PV say I finally don't start for put on the hijab. I post themselves on my status about them journey them.
Okay.
But one part them mentioned something very important where our doctor touch on.
Okay.
So he mentioned he don't notice from where he don't put on the hijab, there are people there where they come out of in life.
Okay.
Where like no one forget closer to him again. And he also don't figure out he say certain things then they will be they do where no one for do with friends anymore. For example, for let them go on any side where they go eat and listen to music and clubbing and all. He say And they find them very difficult. So I'm glad the way we put a question here of asking doctor today, how does the Eeman affect the relationship with people the way they are around we?
Thank you very much. That's a beautiful question. The Eeman and the soul, and the soul they identify and company soul. This is a statement made by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, "Al-arwahu junudun mujannada, fama ta'arafa mina i'talaf, wa ma tanakara mina ikhtalaf." He said the souls, them, the forces the way they move by themselves. When they meet up in company soul, he identify them, he join with them. When he meet up in company soul, when he able to identify them, he separate from them.
Allah.
Yes. So the Eeman, they allow you. Once you enter your soul, anything where they contradict the Eeman, that soul no they identify that one anymore. So that it
So now
broke.
make it lose them people.
They definitely lose them. Then they feel comfortable with you anymore. You certainly feel comfortable with them anymore. You understand? Now from here you get the secret why make the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam a one way about companionship. Don't be very, very be careful. Say al-mar'u ala dini khalili. It's everybody it is now the religion of a companion we get. Yes. There is no way you will be somebody righteous, then you keep friends with not righteous. There is no way. And then they walk. You understand?
A lot of we young people need for your this.
Yes, indeed. Because now the trouble they plenty. You know, you need to identify the people the way they work with, people the way they sit down with. Then go only be people them where touch the soul, all soul and share the same thing. You know, we get a clear example here, Suratul Kahf. Suratul Kahf, it tells me about the story of Yutsam. Almighty Allah mentioned clearly in the Quran, Innam fityatun amanu bi rabbihim wa zidnahum huda. The certain Yutsaya, they belong to gentle people, and people will get, kings them, and what they call them, what they mean, they bad things them, involving idol worshiping and so on and so forth. So one day, then get a festival where they come out, for go celebrate a particular thing there. Now Allah and guidance enter Panay youth man there. The youth man there, they're different families. They're not sabi themselves. Different families them. So each one of them able to get this guidance touch in heart. Now move for more when people them it can sit on under one tree. The other person himself the different side. The same guidance touch in heart himself can the same tree.
They can't sit on.
They can't sit on the other one back so then can be about 7. They all under the one tree. Each one begin looking company. The situation may so tough that nobody no get mind for talk.
Allah.
And that make Almighty Allah say, وَزِدْنَاهُمْ هُدًى. He increased the power of Eeman for them. Yes. It is only when the power of Eeman come up and the 10 then get mind for talk now. Each one by now telling companies, say, what bring on a car? Me, I don't realize, say, what many people are the follow so the right thing. I don't be listening that Allah then create this universe, then do this, then this. The other person say, I miss I get the same feeling. The other one back say, we are all sharing the same feeling.
Mashallah.
You know, the story is a long one. We don't want to dwell into that because of time. But that is the issue here.
Okay.
The soul, the Eeman and the soul is the enter. And when the Eeman enters the soul, it sees the entire body. Now in the determine outside the body they go. Who like to talk to?
Yeah.
Who like to talk to?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
there is no way it could be comfortable anymore with the wrong people.
Yeah.
Nah.
So because the time one it we
But
small.
Aja, waiting go be like also your advice on this particular aspect of young people and friendship.
Friendship really na a matter of commonality. Una forget something in common.
Not birds of the same feathers. Flocks together.
Not true, but not to say na what you see outside, the external.
Yeah.
Not the internal. Somebody might be somebody outgoing, but maybe the soul is a good soul. So that one they can bring everybody because in a quiet moment together, una focus is the same. Una able to stop una self for bad, una able to collect una self for good.
Yeah.
So your advice to young people and now, to we all, not to even young people, actually grow throughout life, is to understand that the soul is the driver of your common goal. And to use your soul and your conscience to move. inner satisfaction or inner direction, it's not easy to get when you're young because there's so many attraction. Not even your body hormonally is pumping everywhere. You're getting confused. You don't know what to do. But as they say, Eeman, it's a blessing if it come to you early. But if it not come to you early, you're with friends that do not come to you early. I think say with your soul being good or being leading towards Eeman, you get others that would come along. Even without dressing or hijabing, there's sometimes when you start going towards the deen, when you start being stronger, when your deen becomes strengthened, when your imam is going deeper, you might start losing friends and you might gain some more friends. So it's a two-way system, right? And the satisfaction that you get, the peace that you get is that whatever you're doing, whatever you say to your friend is out of good conscience. It's without a back, what you call an agenda. It's with an agenda for direction to go close to Allah. And this world, I believe, Allah don't show with so many signs. For me, the trials and tribulations of the Prophet, and then the success of Islam. And we see how Islam is rising now. Because now people we're going, we're really taking the word ikra to the books. We read, we understand. We might not, all of us might be able to read at the same pace. But the inner peace, make sure, say, Yusuf one for land.
And there are a lot of platforms right now.
There's so many platforms.
There are a lot of platforms.
There's so many platforms. For me, when I was reading, I started reading the Quran in my 30s. I started learning. I wanted to go close to the deen. And I did it consciously because that's what I wanted to do. I did not want to be a Muslim because I was born a Muslim. Again, I wanted to be a Muslim because I have a feeling that I wanted to be a Muslim. And so you start with university when you start joining the Muslim Jamaat. And then that time, you have time to articulate because we studied in the Western world. So you were in the minority at that point in time. But once you start going there, you start getting that identity. It's not an identity.
Nothing stops you.
Nothing stops you because that is what you want to do and it draws you. Friday, you have to go Juma. I mean, wherever you go, you have to find somewhere for Juma. You have to find somewhere that leads you to the deen, wherever you are, at whatever point. So that is what those, after those years of going through, a young age, and then you start realizing that whenever I finish my prayer, I feel peace. That I don't blame anybody. I blame myself if I don't pray. I have to put direction for myself going towards the deen. For me, the best surah that I know in the world, that it's my own personal surah that I call it, is Surah 110, Al-Nasri. That is the one that for me, that was an opener for which through trials and tribulations, at the end of the day, you see triumph. Right? So when you start saying this, so for me, that is the best surah that I have.
So, Haja, before I want you to
messages,
kind of give hope to young people out there.
Before Haja come to that, let's just mention something. We'll go for see young people them where they connect together so much in order for they then do good deeds together, especially Dr. Ramadan, Brother Kausu Kewe, and Mubarak Travel. They come up with Umrah activities, during the last 10 days of Ramadan. It happened this year also, right, Doctor?
Inshallah, of course.
Inshallah.
So very soon with the travel for Makkah, inshallah.
We want to see.
I wish Aja been for day with you.
Next year, I just come out.
Next
year, we go at the beginning. I just come.
Okay, so we want to go do that to Kadri.
Inshallah.
Yes, inshallah.
We were with Doctor last year, even though I not joined the team, but I go for the dinner and I enjoy the food there. We go for see a lot of young people there. We go really team up, and that we journey where we be go as we see Doctor then they. We be team up with 4 young people them, Dr. BCW and all. So now we want for see groups of young people them also. They for connect with Dr. Ibrahim Kausu and Mubarak so that then self go and go get them kind of feeling and taste there. So I just want to delve into that small before now get final message from Aja.
I want let them coin inside it
together.
In as much as
we don't get much time anymore.
So you can give hope to the young people and coin with
The last statement.
Yes, it's just what you say just now.
No.
Honestly, it gives you more satisfaction. You know, the young people now, as soon as I can say, would I still get for chill?
They get time first.
They get time for us and all of that. But, you know, there's a way to imbibe it into two.
Yeah.
There's a way to understand that there's a time for play, there's a time for pray. And the point is, in as much as you want to go out, you want to chill, as you call it nowadays, right? But you have to have that conscience that what's my balance?
No.
How do I balance it? Because in life, it's all about balance. There's a time to pray.
Yes.
You have to focus. There's a time because you have to build yourself.
Prioritize your priorities.
It's a matter of prioritizing, and you know that you have to pray. When the conscience comes into you, it gets to a point you say, "What am I dancing for? This is Asri time." You know,
I have to go.
let me go. And then you start tasting. You know, when you start getting the sweetness of the man, then it gets to a point you know that Isha is here. I mean, that's it.
Become very conscious.
You become very conscious.
Yeah.
You want to figure out there is no need for me for do this.
Yeah. And then you become uncomfortable, in fact, when you're outside not doing it. So that is the sweetness of it. When your soul torments you because it has got to that level where it is strengthening you, that it gets to the point that when you're doing something that is driving you away, that you're being pulled by some forces that you don't understand.
Yes.
As we say now, if you not pray, it gets to a point you go turn around, and you start wondering what is going on with me. Uncomfortable with you. Even if you're in a vehicle, you're traveling, you try to find a place to be able to pray.
In your office.
Even in the plane, even if you're flying out there in the plane, when it starts tormenting you, when your time gets to a point, even without looking at your watch, you know, hey, I have to be praying.
No.
So this is for the young folks. It gets to a time. I know hormones are pumping, and when your hormones are pumping, you don't think right. Everybody goes through that one. The youth, teenage, defiance, and all of that, and it's a lack of understanding. But what we're trying to say, you as you're young, the first thing you have to do, your obligation is when you also start having children, you start imbibing it from a young age. And imbibing it from a young age, it's not the way, I think the now Quran is in such a way, it's on every platform. It's not the way when we were taught when we were young. We know so many surah, but we didn't understand fully what it was.
Yes.
Now we're going to understand what it is. So we're hoping the young people will get into that one. I see Commuge, Muslim Jamaat Commerce. They're very active. They're very vibrant. Every year they have their iftar together, and they're very, very, very. They're very young, but they're
so organized.
They're very organized. So we see that in other forum as well. Other young forum,
college, IPAM,
all of them are coming on board. So I'm encouraging them, saying that if you go to the deen, it's sweeter. It's more satisfying. It's more peaceful. There's no competition. It's you're competing with your own self. It's your inner soul. So you're not there to prove anything. So you get to the point where you, after all the trials and tribulations, you go to Suratul Nasr. You hope Idina Sirat al-Mustaqim. You're driven to the right path.
Thank you so much, Aja. If you're a student, you're out there, you day university, not forget for join NUMS. Yeah, not forget for join the university where you day join the Muslim Jama, or you join the union we belong to all the Muslim Jama in our school and na university. Also, if you did school, don't forget for join Slumsis and join you Muslim Jama na your school, and ensure say you begin for taste the sweetness of Eeman at school age, like where we be do all this school.
Now
I'm
doctor.
Honestly, I wish I'm a book in English form. For don't get Ajay copy. Ajay they talk like say they already the entire book.
Allah.
They describe exactly what they talk, so how you feel uncomfortable whenever there's time for prayer, or whenever the call towards doing something good comes. You find yourself uncomfortable. This is the one clear sign of you having some sweetness of Iman in your heart. Unlike if you feel comfortable doing the bad thing. This is serious. Yes. Nobody should feel comfortable while doing the bad thing. Maybe Satan will able you sometimes, you will end up for do bad thing, but should not be comfortable doing it.
Yeah. If you worry.
If you be worried. If you be scared. If you be frightened. If not, that's a big problem. It's a sign of disaster. Once you find yourself comfortable in doing the bad thing, then you are moving towards the bad zone, the red zone. We are all human beings. We're capable of making mistakes. Like how the Prophet tell you, He said, "Kullu ibn Adam khata wa khairu qatta'in at-tawwabun." Every child of Adam is liable of making mistakes.
Yes.
But the best of those who make mistakes are those who repent.
Repent.
You know, all of this will cover up. Will cover the sweetness of repentance. Then there's a one popular man they teach this book here in Senegal in fuller language. You know, I so enjoy. You know, honestly, while I listen, I'm telling say, he understand the books of past by right. You know, so because these are practical things, things are practical, and that make it easy for Hajjah, even though we don't read that book, they will explain because it's something practical. So to the youths,
not to cut you word, do you, I think say one of you have a duty now to share those books.
Yes, in an English.
And then let's see what we can do it to be benefit from.
Honestly,
so
we go try. The book is so a big one, more than 700 pages.
So for translate that,
translate them, you know, easy, you know. So let we
go
hope
begin
and
by
pray.
section.
Exactly.
Exactly. Engage
Small,
the
small.
students of the deen.
Yes. So what you may want to say here is that to the young folks, you want for chill in the inside the deen.
Inside the day.
Aqua, brotherhood.
Yes. Can't chill inside.
Chill like Queen Aqua.
You want dance?
No.
There's dancing inside
Inside
the
the
deen.
deen.
Look at
Allah.
what some people in explain. Some people who didn't feel the sweetness of Eeman. Some one person say, "Inna latamuru al qalbi awqat yarqus minha taraba." Say there are times say we they come, my heart I they feel it they dance inside.
Allahu Akbar.
I they feel my heart they dance.
Mashallah.
But this dancing here is different from that dancing where you know, because it they dance out of a special tone. When the tone of Quran, tone of obedience to Allah. Where they make you feel so sweet inside you, where there is no way you can describe that sweetness. Ibn Taymiyyah is say, "Inna fi dunya jannatan man lam yadkhul jannat al-akhirah." He say, heaven is in this dunya. Who don't know enter them, in enter next volume. Yes. And that make be one of them people in the way go through a lot of trials. When they disturb them, what you talk? He say, "My yes no other ibi." He say, "Me what my enemies then go do me." He say, "Ana jannati wa bustani fi sadri." He say, "Me paradise is inside my chest here so." He say, "I go which I any say I go." That's what he talk. He say, "If you then jail me, then give me a chance to spend more time with Allah. If you then dread me, then don't give me a chance la wakala see Allah in science.
Allah.
If you then kill me, that's a matter." So what in the enemies then go do me? This is the only thing where you go get nobody able for pull on a common you hand. You Iman. Because inside there.
Mashallah.
Inside. Nobody capable for pull and come on your hand.
So who's hope they give to the youth
Young
them?
people, you know.
Yeah.
The hope what they give to them is that make them come inside this deen.
No.
This deen is sweet.
Mashallah.
This deen pleasure the inside. This deen chilling the inside. This deen dancing the inside. This deen music the inside this deen. Where for all what you they search for. Where for make you feel good. Where for make you feel strong. Where for make you become powerful. It they inside this deen. And the only inside they. I'm telling you this. Any other side you want search for happiness, you will never get it. The only side where Allah put happiness is a gift from Allah. So you go only get it when you are connected to Him. Yes. And I'm a Prophet maybe don't tell they tell Bilal. He say, "Akim salat arihna biha." He say, "Pini prayer that feel comfortable inside it, not outside." So this now the best of what we will tell we youths them when I come inside this deen, now you get everything. Which you need for their life could be fine for you.
Okay.
It's sad for say
Doctor,
goodbye.
before you end, lastly talk about the package owner gets this year for Umrah. They'll end now.
Yes, the Mubarak travel and tours they come up with Umrah. We started last year. Alhamdulillah, we did do it back again. This year we get two packages. Them the $3,800 package, was the standard package. The $4,800 package, or the premium package. So almost now we're there on the verge for takeoff. So we look forward for get more people than this time. We don't get 50 people that we join. Unlike last year, we'll get just about 30 people then. We look forward for get wonderful last 10 nights, inshallah ta'ala, inside Makkah al-Mukarramah. We'll hopefully they take off around the 31st. Then we'll return back again after prayer, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you so much. It has been a great pleasure for getting another studio today. The program becomes so fruitful. Imagine we get two giants of Islam I'm here.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank
it has
you.
been so beneficial to all of us today.
Today we don't talk about the sweetness of Eeman during and outside Ramadan. Don't forget to join me every Friday. Na Rise Radio 96.3 and all digital Islam platforms. For the Muslim Personnel Show, 4:30 to 5:30. Me na be co-host Raketu Jallo.
And me na be your host Abdul Rab Hussein Hassan
we did draw the curtain now. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.